Hey guys, Sean here. So, over the past few days, I've been kind of revisiting an old TV show from my childhood, which was the sadly, possibly long forgotten Buzz Lightyear Starkman TV show from 2000 2001. Um, so, I wanted to revisit a piece of my childhood, and so now I want to be able to do like a review or discussion thing of it. So, let's go through. Buzz Lightyear Starkman is an American animated science fiction comedy TV television series produced by Walt Disney Television Animation and Pixar Animation Studios. It is a spin-off of Pixar's Toy Story franchise. The series was preceded by the direct-to-video film Buzz Lightyear Starkman The Adventure Begins, which was also split into a three-part episode and aired on ABC and UPN from October 2nd, 2000 to January 13, 2001. About 3 days after my birthday. Nice. While the series is 2D animated, Pixar animated the CGI opening title sequence. Developed by Bob Schooley and Mark McCorkle, Mocrkle. Series followed the adventures of Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear. The character first appeared as an action figure voiced by Tim Allen in the 1995 film Toy Story. Patrick Warburton voices the character in the television show. A video game based on the series was released in 2000. So here for the premise. Buzz Lightyear's Starkman is set in a Star Wars style setting. Capital Planet is the forefront of the Galactic Alliance, a powerful union of various planets home to various alien species that coexist in harmony. Sorry about that. Food was starting to come back up on me. Starkman is a peacekeeping organization consisting of space rangers who investigate threats to the galactic peace. The primary enemy of Starkman is the evil Emperor Zurg, an intergalactic crime boss and warlord that rules Planet Z with an empire of heavily armored robots and slave race forced to work in opposition to the Galactic Alliance. The series follows Buzz and is an experienced and famous space ranger who takes a crew of rookies under his wing as he investigates criminal activity across the galaxy and attempts to thwart Zurg's evil plans to overthrow the universe. And that was a mouthful. So the series stars Patrick Warburton, Stephen Furst, Furst. We'll go with First. Larry Miller, Neil Finn, Nicole Sullivan, Wayne Knight, Frank Welker, and Adam Carrollay. The theme music was done by Adam Berry and composed by him as well. The series ran for one season of 62 episodes, which you could easily put like 4 or 5 seasons of TV into that 62 episodes. Not sure why it went only one season with that many episodes, but it is. It did. So, let's see. So, overall, I actually liked this show. Like, this show was this series was so much fun to watch. And it is a million times better than that Lightyear movie from a few years ago. Yeah, that Pixar accepts, but tosses the show in the can, basically. Please. I mean, look, I'm not going to try and compare the two. I'm not going to try and compare the show to that movie. I'm going to try not to. But some comparisons will eventually come up. Like, for example, Zurg is not an older version of Buzz in this fucking movie. Or in the show. Yes, they do feature an older version of Buzz, but he is not revealed to be Zurg like that movie did. That was stupid, because now I'm going to be going back to watch Toy Story 2 and thinking, oh, this is just an older version of Buzz now. Fuck you. But details. Yeah. I will say this. I liked the show. This show was a lot of fun. It had great animation. You know, I enjoyed the CGI intro that kind of shows all the Toy Story toys. Like, I thought that was kind of a clever way to tie it in, rather than, again, I'm making a comparison, rather than just saying the Lightyear movie was the real movie that Andy used to watch. I can actually believe that this Buzz Lightyear show is what Andy would have watched and inspired him to be a fan of the toy. Not that movie with Chris Evans playing the role. Not saying Evans did a bad job, but the movie was bad. It was just boring. I'm sorry to make comparisons, I'm trying not to, but it's kind of hard not to do that. But anyway. Focus on the show. I do like a lot of the voice actors in this show. I even think it's kind of funny that Larry Miller, who is known for, like, The Nutty Professor, the Princess Diaries movies, Max Evil's Big Move, like a bunch of movies, plays XR, the robot. I thought that was kind of funny that he plays that role in a few episodes. And I guess takes a break because they have someone named Neil Finn fill in for a few episodes, I guess. Maybe Larry Miller had some contractual issues with scheduling or whatever, so they had to have somebody else kind of step in to take over. And honestly, you don't really notice a change. Or at least I personally didn't notice there being a change between the two actors. Because XR still sounds pretty consistent. So I didn't notice any changes between Larry Miller and Neil Flynn. So, hey, awesome. And I will say this. Yeah, I don't want to say it's distracting, but it is odd to hear somebody who's not Tim Allen voicing Buzz. Not saying Warburton did a terrible job. No, far from. I think he does a great job. But yeah, it is slightly distracting when you're so used to hearing Tim Allen playing the voice and you hear somebody else doing it. You know? Again, not saying Warburton does a bad job in the show, but it is slightly distracting when you're so used to it. Because when you think Buzz Lightyear, who's the first voice you think of? Tim Allen. Also, speaking of which, apparently it came out that while Tim Allen was filming his new show, Shifting Gears, apparently Caitlin Dever, his former daughter from Last Man Standing, actually surprised him on set of Shifting Gears. I saw that and I thought that was funny. I thought that was kind of hilarious that happened. So then that brought on to go to the side. So basically what it was Tim Allen filming a scene for a show, Shifting Gears, where it called him to go into the kitchen and see Kat Dennings, who was playing his daughter in the new show. But when he went in, I think they were doing like a rehearsal thing, or actually filming a scene for the show or whatever. I think it was rehearsal. I don't think it would have been in the show. He walks into the kitchen, and then instead of Kat opening the door, it's Caitlin that opens the door. They have a little nice reunion. The whole audience cheers and all that stuff. I thought it was kind of funny to talk about. But as far as the Lightyear show, this Buzz show, it's criminal that Disney not I want to say pulled the plug on it, but they kind of dug a huge hole and just buried it for years. Like, you can't find this anywhere. I got lucky when I found that somebody uploaded the show onto Internet Archive. You know, I got lucky when I found it. Because it's not on Disney Plus. It's not in a complete series box set. It's practically fucking nowhere. So I got lucky when I found this. And I'm glad I did. But yeah. I mean, I might put the link in the description, but I'll probably put the link in the description, but yeah, like I said, I got lucky when I found this. But yeah, like I said, overall, it's a great show. To quote Woody from Toy Story 2, that was a great show, why cancel it? Or in this case, that was a great show, why bury it? Yeah, I had a ton of fun with the show. I spent like the last week or so binging it on Internet Archive, and it was a ton of fun. And you can tell it was recorded off television because it has the Toon Disney logo at the bottom. So you can tell it was recorded off television. I mean, it had to have been because there's no way to get it on a DVD or Blu-ray set. Damn you, Disney! But supposedly why the show has been buried is because supposedly it's because John Lasseter, who I guess was the head of Pixar at the time, doesn't like the show. Like, I guess he feels it basically betrays the characterization of Buzz. Yeah, because that new movie did so well. Anyway, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Catch you guys later.